December is supposed to be the happiest month, but for many of us, it's a season of reflection, a season of solitude, and a season of reset. One New Year's Eve, we were invited by a wealthy friend to a very fancy party. Attendance wasn't free for us, but we hoped it would be worth the money. From the outside, everything looked perfect. A glamorous venue, a professional host, guest actors, exquisite food. And yet the evening left us with mixed feelings. My dress felt too simple next to the glamorous dresses of other women. The food wasn't to our taste. The program felt too long for us. Yes, we got beautiful footage, but emotionally we weren't satisfied. Later that night, I realized something important. We didn't go to that party because we truly wanted to. We went because a wealthy friend invited us, because it looked impressive, because saying no felt uncomfortable. That's how social pressure works. It doesn't push you loudly. It whispers. It tells you everyone else is going. You should want this. If you say no, you look strange or ungrateful. And little by little, your free choice disappears. Not because someone took it from you, but because you gave it away. That night wasn't a failure. It was a lesson, a reminder that not every beautiful invitation is meant for you. Not every glamorous party fits your life, and not every yes is a sign of freedom. Sometimes the most honest choice is a quiet no. In psychology, there's a concept called social proof. It's our tendency to look at others to decide what's normal, acceptable, or successful. During the holidays, this effect gets amplified. Social media fills up with highlights. Happy families, big gifts, perfect celebrations. And that's where FOMO comes in, the fear of missing out. It's not just about parties or trips, it's about life itself. That quiet fear that everyone else is thriving, while you feel stuck or behind. It's a well-proven psychological fact. Most people tend to side with the majority. What most people do is often seen as the right thing to do. But once you understand social pressure, another question becomes just as important. What is right for you? Where do you actually feel good? And does what works for others really work for you? As Walter Lippmann once said, we are all think alike, no one thinks very much. December also brings pressure that affect our mood. Loneliness. Remembering those who are no longer with us. Sometimes loneliness can even be helpful, but not on New Year's Eve. Don't let negative thoughts take over. Go outside. Walk along the festive streets. You'll never feel truly alone on the bright, bustling streets of the city with cheerful young people around and the smell of fresh pastries in the air. Our mood is also affected by financial stress. You want to buy meaningful gifts, a beautiful dress, but the money isn't there. But you know what? Gifts don't have to be expensive to be warm and memorable. A concert ticket or a homemade pie can bring moments of happiness. Delicious and healthy food also brings joy. Social expectations. The quiet pressure to be with family or loved ones. Sometimes it feels like society is telling us we can't be alone during the holidays, that someone close has to be by our side, that if we celebrate New Year differently, something is wrong with us. But that's not always true. Sometimes we are just in a different stage of life. Sometimes we need silence, not noise. Sometimes we need a reset, not company. It's important to remember, you don't have to follow someone else's script for the holidays. If peace and quiet feel right for you right now, that's okay. If your new year looks different from everyone else, that doesn't make it wrong. This is the essence of social proof and FOMO. We see only the surface, the highlights, the successes, and forget that everyone has their own struggles. Comparing your real life to someone else's edited moments is one of the fastest ways to ruin your holidays. When thoughts appear like, I should be happier, I should have done better this year, I should be more grateful, that's not your inner truth. That's pressure talking. You don't need to fight these thoughts, just notice them. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to step back from comparison and return to your own moment. Holidays don't have to be perfect to be meaningful. And you don't have to feel happy every second to have a good life. Even small moments, a walk, a shared smile, a quiet cup of coffee can bring joy if we allow ourselves to notice them.